Mr. President, on this first day of Ramadan, I would like to address you to express my indignation and ask you to put an end to all these all-out arrests of young people whose only fault is to demonstrate against your plan to select your own opponent in the next election, the next presidential election to which you cannot participate. Neither law nor morality authorizes you to do so. The organized raids of our children, who are the future of this country, is unbearable to us. The place of our youth is not in the police station, even less in the jail. In the communique of the last Council of Ministers, we were waiting for your word of appeasement from the father of the nation that you are in this holy months of Ramadan, months of forgiveness for the entire Islamic Ummah. Instead, you ordered the defense and security forces and certainly the justice system to continue to hunt down mercilessly all these young people who are only expressing their political rights as defined by the Senegalese constitution and the Pact on Civil and Political Rights signed by Senegal on July 6, 1970 and ratified on February 13, 1978. Mr. President, while the Senegalese live the hardship of injustice, galloping inflation with uncontrolled price increases, chronic unemployment, and while they undergo acute traumatic stress of uncertain tomorrows, you are adding to their suffering with your impossible third-term project, as you admitted on the tip of your lips to a foreign press organ. Senegalese were amazed to learn that you had consulted the Constitutional Council before the 2016 referendum, and it would have assured you in advance that you could stand for the presidential election of 2024. Mr. President, it was then a secret consultation of which you informed neither your political companion nor your party or your coalition. But the more serious thing, Mr. President, is that you did not tell the Senegalese voters during the campaign for the referendum of March 2016. And the voters voted for your draft revision of the Constitution with the certainty of having definitely settled the question of the third term, which is a source of social instability in our sub-region. Mr. President, on the same question, we would like to remind you of your last declaration of December 31st, 2018, in front of all the television of Senegal. It was clear and unambiguous. You declare that your second and last term will be the one granted to you by the voters in 2019. And we, your associate and collaborator at that time, have in unison resonated with your presidential assurance of having padlocked the Constitution, as you said. And now, we, your fellow citizens, who fought with you against the third term of President Abdoulaye Wade, are once again having to put our hearts to work to fight the democratic regression that you intend to impose on us. We, the Senegalese Democrats, including a large majority of young people, intend with determination to exercise our constitutional right so that Senegalese democracy continues to shine. Mr. President, it is never too late to try to do better. Therefore, speak up. Declare that you will respect the Constitution and that you will not run for the presidential election of 2024. Mr. President, release all these unjustly imprisoned young people. Let all the candidates for the presidential election compete freely. In short, Mr. President, give up now on the very small chapter that history will devote to you if you persist in your impossible project of a third term. Consider now life outside of the presidential palace. Because, Mr. President, only the power of Allah remains infinite. That was Aminata Touré, former Prime Minister and candidate for the presidential election of 2024.